in the Algeria League on. Of course, one game was played yesterday, and it was ACS Constantine who defeated USM Kinshela by 2-1. And moving on to female football now, the Women Africa Cup of Nations bound Nigeria. Super Falcons, they sailed over Cameroon's Indomitable Lionesses in a friendly encounter at the MKO Abiola Sports Complex in Abeokuta on Tuesday. Captain Rasheedat Ajibade scored both goals, first in the 28th minute from the penalty spot, and then in the 43rd minute after capitalizing on a swift team move assisted by Rinsola Babajide. Coach Justine Madugu said victory is a good psychological boost for his squad as they continue preparations for the 13th Women AFCON taking place in Morocco from the 5th to the 26th of July.
Thanks God Almighty for this amazing, great day, and for a wonderful match, injury-free match between the both sides. It's such an honor and privilege to have scored 2 goals in today's match, but I wouldn't have done it without the support of my teammates, and special thanks to all the fans that came out as well to cheer us up. It is their energy, their support that has also inspired us to win this match today. So special thanks to everyone. Right now in camp, the mood is positive. Of course, there are back and forth distractions, but we understand the responsibilities that is ahead of us, and as players, it's an honor to play for a national, for the nation. So we're positive, we're excited, looking forward to this tournament, and of course, giving our best as always.
For us, it is still work in progress. We are still trying to put our acts together, put our finishing touches to our preparations, and I think they did very well. They did well, but we still have a lot of things that we still need to work on. So, like I said, it's still work in progress, but we still must commend the girls for the gallant effort they put in as far as today's game is concerned. We all know games between Nigeria and Cameroon. On paper, they look friendly, but then we all know, there is always the prestige at stake, and everybody tries as much as possible to ensure that you don't disappoint your fellow countrymen. And by the result of today's match, I think we appreciate what the girls have done.
Of course, appreciating what the girls have done right there. Super Falcons defeating Cameroon by 2-0 as they prepare for the Women Africa Cup of Nations. It was supposed to be a 2-legged friendly encounter, but of course, for the lateness of the Cameroon squad, they were late to arrive to Nigeria, and they had to postpone that game from Saturday to Monday. And now the game was also pushed from Monday to Tuesday because CAF did not agree with the Monday date, which was supposed to be initially fixed for Tuesday. After the Saturday game, they play again on Tuesday. So yes, they played that game yesterday, Tuesday, in Abeokuta, and Falcons won that one, 2-0. There was also wet conditions. There was heavy downpour yesterday. But again, with that win, will you say it's enough to determine the kind of team we send to Morocco for the Women Africa Cup of Nations? Because there are big wigs over there to play against the likes of South Africa, Morocco, Egypt, and the rest.
Yeah, well, definitely. I don't think this friendly match they played is enough. I think as well. I think that would help them play better for AFCON, as well as obviously mixing it up with 1 or 2 big teams from Africa. Obviously makes a lot of sense. But the AFF does that. I think that when it comes to the Falcons, things like 110% is not given as it is given to the Super Eagles. But nevertheless, I think the girls played well. You could see the Justine Madugu, regarding the way he wants the team to play. We saw that previously last year in the last set of games that he took over while they were and lose the attacking style from Super Falcons. They that performance. Usually, Chamaka is an exceptional goal. Michelle Allier had a much better performance, in a Super Falcons shirt. They give him some pro as well. So, honestly, a lot of positives in Super Falcons, but I think the women need to be equipped. They need to be equipped properly. They need to compete and get match ready as a squad, not just as individuals, so that we can go to the WAFCON and put in the performance.
All right, so we'll look forward to that one and see if we'll get more friendlies for the women and get to the tournament proper and, of course, stamp our foot as one of the best when it comes to playing football in Africa. We've got Amara Oba joining us all the way from Abeokuta. Thank you very much for joining, Amara. Great game it was yesterday, great win for Super Falcons, but yet fans are saying that it is not enough for us to determine the strength of the squad.
Good afternoon, and it's good to have you back here. Yes, definitely. A good game yesterday, I must say. I enjoyed it despite the whole issues that happened before the game itself kicked off. But then generally, like I said, it's just one game for the first time in this year, and then probably next against Portugal in a few weeks' time. So that's not enough. We asked the coach. He said he wanted more time because we saw some players called up to the squad. I didn't get to play that particular match, and then you can't probably just find out who your best hands or best legs are going to the tournament. But again, he has been in the side for the longest of time, so I guess he already has his eyes on the players he probably wants to pick for the AFCON 2024. Right.
Of course. Away from that one, let's talk about the football pitch and Abeokuta. I mean, it's been incredible so far because. Ogun State has done well when it comes to the National Sports Festival. Do you think that that pitch now could just be a hub? Maybe the Super Eagles' next set of games just might be played in Abeokuta because this pitch is looking very, very good to play on.
Well, when I came in at first, I actually took pictures of it from afar, and then when I posted it on X, people were very happy and like, oh wow, this is the pitch. But then they said the distance from the stand to where the pitch is too far. But then, like I said, it's not failed to train there before the game yesterday. They still at least, even with the rainy season, the rainy weather yesterday, they still at least enjoyed a good time on the field. For subsequent games, probably it would be easy to see the Super Eagles play here because we're always seeing them play at Uyo. And fans from Lagos and around Ogun State, Lagos, Ibadan, the western side, find it very hard to transfer themselves from here down to Uyo towards Super Eagles, probably bringing them down here. And more games for the Super Falcons also in that ground. A nice one for us.
A nice one for us. And talking about the AFCON proper now, when we get there, we have, yes, Nigeria used to be very dominant when it comes to playing women's football, winning the title over 9 times. But now football is changed. It seems like power has changed hands. In all honesty, do we have the squad to compete with the likes of South Africa and host nation Morocco, who have done so great in the last couple of years in football, both for men and women? Do we have what it takes to compete at that level?
Hello, well, yes, generally we have the talent in the squad. When it comes to manpower, the talent, the technical players in the squad, each player for each player. But then it's a team that makes tournaments very powerful and gets you to win trophies, not just having the best of best players. We have some key players we're missing in this friendly match. We asked the coach and he said, every player is no player is indispensable. You can come in and do your job and get it moving. But then comparing us to the likes of South Africa, Morocco, I think we have the best talents in Africa currently. But do we have the best team? I'm not so sure about that. The friendly matches that other countries have played, I saw Zambia also lost yesterday while Nigeria played. Some other games too. So generally, the last 4 or 5 years, we're seeing that if we don't bring our A game and prepare properly, other teams will beat us to this tournament. We saw South Africa try again and again and again, and finally they clinched it last time out. And for us, we didn't finish as far as 4th. But then 2022 and 2025 is a different ball game. We went on to play so well at the World Cup, even though it's under another coach around the World Cup. But then we had probably the good Olympic qualifiers or proper Paris 2024 games last time. But then Super Falcons know what it takes right now. The core players experience in the side. Ajibade has won it once. Chalaka won it once. Ohali has 4 titles to herself. Vitoni Ortega has 4, of course. And some of these players have been to that stage where they've experienced disappointment. So I guess that probably be lessons to them. But then It has to be about team efforts, not just individual players. We have the talent, we have the team, we have the talent and the squad, but then it has to be a collective effort for us to go further in the tournament.
So, Okpe, I'd like to bring you in on this now. Rasheedat Ajibade, captain, fantastic, scored the 2 goals, a brace for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. A little bit of controversy right now. Do you think that we are gradually beginning to fizzle out Asisat Oshoala with the kind of team that we have, or is she still as important as she used to be to the Super Falcons of Nigeria?
Well, I think even on that one, I think we could already see the Oshoala was being phased out of the squad gradually. A couple of unconfirmed reports regarding, the camp and the relation to other teammates as well, according to some rumors, power. So for someone like Justine Madugu, who has everything to prove, I'm sure he would not want any form of distractions in the squad, and he would believe that is what a part of his team since he took over. But then again, we've got a lot of young players who could possibly give a better shift as compared to Uche. Obviously, Uche is in the twilight. Yeah, it's very, very important for such young Super Falcons. But nevertheless, I think the Falcons are currently capable enough to be able to go to the competition. Compete hard as long as they prepare adequately. And just like Amara said, as far as they're able to play together as a team, I think there's a bunch of individuals who are talented. I think we'll be able to give anything in Africa or the world a run for them.
All right, giving a run for their money. But of course, for the Super Falcons of Nigeria, great win it was yesterday. But I'd like to touch on the fans. Amara, before I let you go, the fans have enjoyed 2 to 3 weeks of sporting events over there. Now it has come to an end. What are they saying over there in Abeokuta?
Well, it's probably like putting salt in their mouth, sugar in their mouth, and taking it away from them. Like I always said, I think the MKO Stadium will have to find a way to get more competitions to states. We see Lagos hosting so many competitions. Well, Federation Cup is coming up for male and female, and maybe you might see that game take place there in Ogun State. We never can tell because at least for now, that stadium is sweet. And you say a fresh soup, people want to test it so much and so much. So generally, I think probably maybe see Ogun State or Lagos State, like I said, Brian also said, and the Federation Cup coming up sometime this month. So for the fans themselves, it has been a fantastic, I call it 1 month plus, from the Super 6 at Remo down to the Olympics, the festival rather, and then the Falcons playing here. Generally, like I said, everybody's up in spirit. There is just so much enjoyment for them. They're getting to see what the likes of Uyo Town, Akwa Ibom, Lagos State are getting to enjoy. I think Ogun State, with this facility, should probably pull more competitions to this ground. We can't allow it to just be there and wasting away.
Definitely. Of course, we also need to apply a management strategy to be able to maintain that structure over there in Ogun State. Hopefully, we'll get to enjoy more sports over there. Thank you very much, Amara, for joining us. We look forward to having more of you talking sports with us. Thank you.